Hi, this is my market analysis for the week commencing the 4th of September 2023. Now, I'm going to start off with the pound versus the Japanese yen, and I'm looking here at the weekly chart. This is my main market, foreign exchange market that I am posting trades on my Discord channel. And you can see here that we have definitely got a very bearish weekly bar. We had an outside weekly vertical bar from the week before last week. This week, just passed, we have mainly traded, inside this weekly bar. And again, we have got a very clear indication that based on probabilities, it should take this low out, and that low was at 183.35.2. That should be broken to the downside, certainly firstly before the high here is taken out to the upside. Now again, if we go to the daily chart, you can see also on Friday's daily bar, we have got a very bearish, well, certainly a bearish bar. We've got a lower low and a lower high, and we've got a close closer to the low than it is to the high. So therefore, furthermore, giving us an probability, rather, I should say, that the high should not be broken first. In other words, this low should be broken first. And I would expect that to come down and break the 183.35 area at least. Now, if we go into the 1 hour chart, which is the charts that I will be keeping an eye on, you can see that I have a number of positions on here. I'm carrying a position from Thursday, from which I entered the trade up here at 184.90. I have my stop on my remaining position at 184.67, and I've entered as per my trading signal on Friday. I have another 2 trades rolling down here, but what I want to point out on the 60-minute chart on the pound yen is this particular possible lower vertical bar trading pattern setup. And you can call the swing high whatever you wish, but it is not confirmed yet. We have got the swing high middle finger in here. We've got the setup bar here. It's going to be what we call a nay setup, but we have not got confirmation that that is a high as yet. But if that comes in, that's a confirmed low, because this bar confirmed that to be a low. If this bar here rather is confirmed as a lower high, then that will also be further strengthening the probability of this market going lower. So that is the pound yen, certainly negativity, and therefore in that understanding, if there is any intraday rallies on that, that should be probably used from a perspective of looking to take short signals, providing the lower high intraday setup is in place. Okay, so we'll monitor that there very closely. I will take a quick glance across the other markets. The euro dollar, again, you can see here is closed very, very bearish on the weekly bar. It has made an almost outside weekly vertical bar to the downside, just closing on the low. There might be a little bounce before this market goes lower. If there is, that again is an opportunity from which to sell this market. You can see Friday's price action actually confirmed a lower high here. So I think there's certainly further weakness on the euro dollar, and I think it's going to go down to test these lows down to the left of this chart over here. Pound dollar also pretty weak, folk. We have got a again very similar to the euro dollar setup, a lower confirmed vertical bar trading pattern high. So again, the same thing applies if we get a setup on a on a lower time frame chart with lower highs. That is only going to be certainly a confirmation that this market is going lower, and therefore we want to get, or you maybe want to get involved on that, understanding that the probabilities are to the downside. Now, the dollar yen is actually bucking the trend a little bit as far as the yen currency, because obviously the yen has been getting a little bit of strength, and certainly sterling has been weakening against that. But you can see here that it is bucking the trend, and it's much better when I've got the dollar and the pound against the yen. actually trading in the same direction. In other words, in cahoots with each other. It's actually doing the opposite as we speak. And you can see that the dollar's come down here to great support. This bottom and these bottoms over here to the left seem to be very much a strong support at the minute, and that looks like going higher. Now, the next market I'm going to look at is the gold market. Gold indeed has made a lower confirmed vertical bar trading pattern high again on a weekly time frame chart, and the area from which it would need to break out of this lower high, in other words, the bearishness, is 1987.46. So that is the area. But if we take a look at the price action on Friday, you can see here that we've actually made an outside vertical bar, the most powerful single vertical bar that you can have when you're analyzing a single bar, and that is an outside vertical bar. And an outside vertical bar is when we've got a higher high and a lower low, and you can see where the close is here. Now that's contradictory to the weekly bar where it's a bearish bar, or a bullish bar, I mean. So therefore, ideally, we want to be very careful with this market. We do know the areas from which it needs to actually break. If this very bullish weekly bar were to fail, it would be need to take out these lows. But I would suspect that perhaps there's going to be earlier weakness to begin the week with. Excuse me. And then perhaps some strength may come into this market. But again, it has to break 1987. So some 37, $38 away per ounce before this market has changed trend. Now, again, from an intraday perspective, we'll keep an eye on that market. You can see here with the news on Friday, we've got large range bars here. We're presently on the 1 hour chart. We're in green mode, I call this. In other words, there's nobody really controlling this market. Yes, the bulls were. You can see we're all in blue mode here, but we've started to go sideways a little bit and more attempted buying pressure that has failed as we speak. So again, it's a market more for me to step aside from as I speak at this present minute in time. Now, I'd also like to look at the US 500, and it is a bullish market for me. Now we know there's a holiday on Monday in the US, and so therefore there's going to be very quiet trading. But you can see that we had an inside weekly bar last week, or 2 weeks past, and we've actually a bearish bar the previous week. So this is last week, the week before, and the week before that. So in other words, 3 weeks past. And just on the Friday past there, the week that closed, we have actually broken up through this bearish bar high, and that is a bullish signal for me. So therefore, I think there may be a few bumps in the road, but I think this market is going to head up and at least test. And if you go to the monthly chart here, at least test the previous all-time highs up here at 48.16, I believe they are 48.17. So we're at 45.12, so plenty here to get our um, to get our dig our heels into, I believe, very much so. Will it be straight? Will it be simple? Probably not. And you can see the price range bars here on a 1 hour chart. We're in green mode again, very similar to gold, actually. Into blue mode previous, green mode, and back into green mode now after the bullish scenarios here. But this is a market where I genuinely will be looking to get long and stay with it. In other words, try and ride the bumps out. The FTSE 100, again, is another market that I like. It's got a little bit of a hurdle before the bullishness gets back into that, and that's trading out of this week's, which is the bearish bar here off the high of this 2 weeks past. So it needs to break up through those highs, and those highs are 75.10. Sorry, it just shows you that I'm doing a live video when a call comes through in my device here. So I apologize for that. And the one more market I want to look at, and that there, if I can find it, is my light crude oil. And it is bullish, everybody. Look at the weekly bar. Now, I think there will be room for this market to probably make a little bit of a retracement. And it might make a retracement before it actually goes on. Okay, but it has made a higher low here, higher confirmed price action, vertical bar trading pattern low, and that was confirmed actually some distance down here, just above $80, and the market's now at $86. So that's made some move, and it's now broke up through this higher high. And again, if we go to the weekly or the monthly, and I just move this out, you can see that, I can see nothing but strength for light crude oil, and that's obviously going to bring Brent crude up with it also, or vice versa. And that's going to be, if you're a motorist like myself here, that's going to be not good news, because obviously the fuel prices are going to follow suit and go and head north. So crude oil bullish. I have to say the index is bullish. Certainly the S&P 500. Initially, I would have to say pound yen is going to be bearish. I'm looking for euro dollar initially going to be bearish, pound dollar going to be bearish, and very much, as I've said, the dollar against the Japanese yen looking bullish. So, in other words, the dollar is now looking strong. Sterling is looking initially weak for the beginning of this trading week. And as I've already said, the indices are, just as I said, strong, I believe, heading to at least test the all-time highs as far as the S&P 500 is concerned. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Catch up soon. Thank you now. Bye-bye.